The bubbler, as you see, is turned off, and all the water that was soaking in the ground has now done that. Soaked in the ground. It looks just like Antelope Valley Desert as everyone knows it. Part of the second phase of this water bank is another quarter section, includes well drilling or extraction. Not only do you put the water in the water bank, but you extract it out of a well like this, which is being sunk just north of the first section of water bank. You see the block walls have just about maxed out, been grouted, and they're drying before they can get ready to put the trusses on the top.
High-speed rail notified us that her department is preparing a map of all the energy and wind solar farm projects in Kern. There are 13 projects that are currently going to permit processing. 4 of them are in the Rosebud and Mojave area. The 5th one is actually up in Beacon. The 4 in this area are one wind facility that's approximately 30 miles west of Rosebud, up in the mountains. The other 3 are solar PV projects that are within the Rosebud and Mojave area, and that map will be made available to us. Judd Junkins, the civil engineer director at Edwards, that General Eichhorn will be holding an energy conference this spring in order to update the communities around the base of where Edwards is on going green, in reference to new energy programs and also their solar. This ABEC last night in closed session announced selection of a new general manager. His name is Dan Flory. He is a civil engineer with 20 years experience with the Department of Water Resources in Sacramento. Some of the skateboarders were concerned they wanted the skate park to be open for longer hours, and the school board has already determined the hours that they have set are the hours that they will have. Since they own the land and they control it, it's their call on the hours. We think they're beneficial. But there was a request by some of the BMX users that would we allow a dirt area on the Rosebud side and the Eagle side for dirt ramps that would be less than 3 feet high. The gray area, or bluish gray area, is actually the road coming into the plant with a green zone built around it that we could show how we could take recycled water, which is currently secondary treated and then eventually tertiary treated, and be able to turn it into a experimental area with a pond, a creek, and stones and water going through, and another pond. Ponds will have fish in it. There'll be some park benches and other stuff around it. The basic soil work has been done with the ponds being dug. The grass has already been put in. The road has initially been built.
It's through Kern Council of Governments.
Okay.
Federal grant.
Federal grant.
It's $810,000.
Okay.
The CSD district is putting in a match of $264,000.
Okay.
Plus the land value that the site will be on itself.
Okay.
It will be just phase 1 of the natural gas fueling station.
Okay.
We'll have one 175 CFM compressor. It will have 30,000 feet of storage space for the natural gas.
Sure.
6 slow fill stations that will be used by either school buses or transit buses.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 fast fill stations that will be used by consumers that would have a natural gas car.
Okay, is it going to be open 24/7 or?
24/7 to the general public and everything. Yes, sir. It'll be a card lock system.
Where about in the area is it going to be located?
On Stetson Street on the north side of the CSD property.
When would it be break ground, and how long will it take to build it?
It would take between 6 to 8 months to build the whole thing altogether.
Yeah.
Groundbreaking would depend on funding from Kern Council of Governments, of course. It could be as soon as last part of 2010 or early part of 2011.
How does the gas get into the station? Is it trucked in or piped in, or?
There's a natural gas line out on Roseland Boulevard.
Okay.
And in fact, it runs up 35th Street to all the residents. This will be a special main line off of Roseland Boulevard coming up north along the west side of the CSD property line, strictly dedicated for the station so they don't, as they put it, suck out the pilot lights.
Sure.
When the compressors turn on.
There's a phase 2, I understand, that possibly could be funded at a later time.
Correct.
What would that do?
That would expand the station to the original plan size that we had anticipated originally when we put the whole problem together. We need 2 natural gas compressors. If you depend on just one and it happens to have a problem and need to be repaired or maintained, then you're out of business. So we want a 2 compressor station there to keep the station going 24/7 in any type of situation.
So, you know, you talk about lowering the cost to the builder or to the homeowner. Actually, that's who's gonna get it. You're giving it to the homeowner because I'm going to pass it on.
Mr. Landsgaard, the board tonight approved staff going ahead for developer impact fee for parks. Can you enlighten me a little bit more about that?
Yes, what an impact fee is for new people that are coming and families coming into a community. There's going to be a higher impact and a bigger demand on our park system. This is a way for each new home and each new family that comes into the area to help pay for an increase in our parking system and or improvements to our current parks.
In the past, has there been a fee like that?
Roseman and Kern County does not have a park impact fee to date. So all those thousands of homes that were built over the last 3 to 8 years, we got $0 to our park funds to build new facilities.
Nearby cities, Palmdale, Lancaster, Cal City, that have experienced growth, Tehachapi. What is the middle of the road or ballpark figure for a park's impact fee?
Well, they've ranged from all the way from Bakersfield at $1,700, Lancaster at $2,500, Palmdale at $2,300. So probably the average is probably right around the $2,000 to $2,500 per single-family dwelling, and then they many of them prorate down for apartments a little bit less because there's less people usually per apartment than there is per house to make it more equitable. And they base the fees based on the number of people that will be using the park system.
Do you like it?
Good. Yeah.
Yeah? Think it'll last? Won't fall apart?
Hope so. Hopefully we can make it bigger soon.
I think there's talk already about making it bigger. Yeah, the parks director was just talking. She was surprised at how many kids were here, and they were bringing not only skateboards but skates and bikes and scooters and stuff.
Definitely need a bigger if they want bikers and scooters and all that here.
Yeah, what do you think of the jump so far?
Very smooth, very good. I've already fallen a few times, so they gotta be good.
Yeah, but you don't even feel it at your age.
Oh, no,
Falling is nothing.
Not yet.
You think by the end of the summer you'll have mastered all of these?
Oh yeah.